Making a bronze there's lots of different stages, and it's quite, each stage is quite time consuming. You have to go and check the wax which has just come out of the mould to make sure the wax is as you like it, and then it's cut again into different pieces which are then cast separately and then welded back together. Then they have to make all the weld lines disappear, so they have to fettle them all back. So it's just taking all that back, trying to make it look back to the original, as the original looked. How are you doing? What are you doing?
My painting. I think
Do you need the light on? It's a bit dark.
Yeah, I do, but I can sort of hold it into the light.
The garage is basically extra storage for us, although initially when we got it, Steve was doing some stone carving there. It was good to clear it a bit, and our daughter can take it over as a studio, as a first sort of step studio just after uni.
I'm Cathy Lewis. I've just graduated from University of West England in fine art. I don't know, I guess I've grown up around art, so I just wanted to do it. I like making work that can also be 3D, so you can walk around it. Growing up with sculpture, in my mind, it had more presence in rooms. So I'm just mainly influenced by people and their own narrative and character, and I don't know, they're just great. People are great. I don't hope to be this massive worldwide artist. I just really hope that I can just live my simple life doing art and being creative. I think it helps that my parents have done it, their friends have done it, so I know it is achievable.
So we decided that the wooden base seemed the most sympathetic with the bronze, because alternatively there was putting on a stone plinth, but that obviously adds a lot of weight to it, and if it needs to be moved around, then you've got that extra weight to have to move around as well. Seamus Staunton, who's at the studio group where we used to have our studios in Bristol, we know that he's a very good woodworker, so we thought we'd get in touch with him, and he happily obliged to make the piece, the base. So we just designed a plinth that we thought would be best for the piece.
So I think it is really important and undervalued. The studio spaces and everything is by the council and the world in general. They're undervalued, really. Just spaces for people to do anything, not just artwork, but just be creative, just make a mess, just do something. Perhaps in this country we've got a bit of a tradition of blokes tinkering in sheds, got that sort of thing really. And I think that's good. I think having somewhere to tinker is good.
There's always a few little air bubbles and little things that just need a little bit of attention, but I mean generally they're pretty good. They know what they're doing here at the foundry, so you just have to cast your eye over it and make sure it's looking as it should do. Because sometimes, this one's fairly obvious where things go, but sometimes you can have things which angles can just need a slight adjustment back to how you had them. So it's just making sure everything is looking in alignment and as it was.
at it slowly and get it back to what it was. Again, it's that thing where you've made the original, it's gone through all these processes, and then you try and get it to look like the original again. You know, it's always that thing, trying to get it back to what you originally wanted it to look like, the original that you did ages ago. So yeah, so it's just a case of working on the metal slowly, methodically, and yeah, just having an eye to see what's needed really. But normally it's just taking off marks that are left by the casting process.
Obviously the ideas are from me, but quite often they're about sort of issues which are big in my head, that just come from society and from the news and or how the news maybe misrepresent things, or just how I feel about certain situations, and I suppose sometimes sort of frustration as well. How things are and why are things like this, and what are we collectively doing about things.
As this is just a unique piece, it'll be a case of taking the mould away, destroying the mould really, so it can't then be cast used again. Because if you've sold it as a unique piece, if you've, it was commissioned as a unique piece, then you've got to get rid of the mould really, so another one can't be made.
I just hope people do get the theme of it and respond to that, and just have an air of peace and tranquility and.
It was about world peace.
Yeah, world peace, that's what I was aiming for. Yeah.